Looks like the zombies gave up attacking your front yard. Now they're trying to get your backyard. And to top it off, you can't even use your mushrooms, because they'll fall asleep during the day. Isn't that just dandy? So there you go. Kind of like this, you're just starting all over again. No, I don't want you. I'll grab you, and I guess a chomper. That should be fine. So yeah, it's this constant process of just recycling. Oh, I don't know why I put it the way I did. That kind of bugs me now. I want these two switched. I wasn't thinking. I've gotten most of the topics, but yeah, I think I'm just gonna keep recording. All I gotta do is just pay attention to the ready set plant, and that's the best audio cue I have, and I can just resync it. Because with the way this is going right now, I think I'd rather record a little bit extra, and then just fix an audio desync error if it ever needs to be. And then, yeah, because with this being the way it is, it's just an hour a day isn't much, and even then, that's me recording just when I have time, as opposed to every day. I can't do that. Like, typically I'm recording once a week, but when I record once a week, it's like 3 hours or 2 hours a week. Because that right there, that's what, 8 videos? Unless it needs to be chopped up a lot, so I'm still producing enough stuff to make it worthwhile. I mean, luckily for me, I got myself a pretty baller game going on that I'll enjoy. What I like to do is I like to get the water parts covered first, because you can't really put a potato mine down there. So yeah, I try and cover the meaningless stuff, I guess. But with this having an extra lane on top of that, you're gonna have more sun to worry about, along with more sun to spend, more zombies to cover. I think I'll get to maybe at least, I'm gonna shoot for 3.5 and then I'll cut it, because that's around the point where, bluntly, this bonus one I just don't like too much. It's just like, wow, you have all these creative ideas and then you fuck it up here? But yeah, I think that'll be good. Maybe I'll quit sooner if I feel tired, but right now I'm looking good. It's 1:30 in the morning. I should be asleep, but it doesn't matter to me. I don't care. I don't work until, 3? So I got plenty of time to sleep. I honestly kind of prefer the idea of being up at night and then sleeping in until the afternoon. I just don't really see the appeal of waking up at 8 in the morning. Like, what is that? It just makes your day feel longer, as to where it's like, here, my day is over. The rest of the day is mine to enjoy and spend leisurely. I don't feel like I'm, I don't know, suffering or anything. I don't feel like I have to do any sort of work. It's mine. I mean, you could argue, I guess, that this is work, but I don't really consider it work because, firstly, it doesn't pay well. Secondly, it's fun. So, you know, the stupid expression, like, you never work a day in your life. But, yeah, I don't know. I just don't consider this. I don't like it when people say stuff like that as a job. I think I've tweeted this once. I'm like, imagine those poor bastards who properly have this as a job when they're trying to tell their tax collector to knock a video game off as a deductible. Like, that sounds so stupid. Yeah, this, you know, if I don't have the video game, I can't make the video. Like, you might be able to do that for maybe your recording software or the fucking capture card, sure, but holy shit. Oh my gosh. I think I've also mentioned that I hate when people are like, hey, I'm going to live off of YouTube as like an objective. I want to get YouTube as a job. Like, that's stupid to me. I don't like that idea. Like, for starters, who knows how long this is going to be a thing? Who knows? Like, honestly, I'm surprised it's lasted 10 years. Bluntly. But, like, that's like waking up one day and saying, hey, I'm just gonna magically become famous. It's dumb to me. I'm not saying you can't, I just don't like the attitude. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, I didn't think so. Oh! Chomp down, homie. It doesn't matter because I can't refund. Because I want to see if I can get enough to get a repeater. Maybe if I'm lucky you'll kill him, then I can plant another chomper. Go ahead. He's shooting the wrong guy. Whatever. Hey, yeah, look at that. He only needed one more hit. So this is your little improvisation for the potato mine. I'm still more than likely going to be using the potato mine, but we'll grab squash this time, I suppose. Chomper, repeater, that'll do for now. Like, squash is instant. You plant it and it's ready to fire. As to where the potato mine takes prep time. And you can plant a squash on top of a lily pad, as to where you can't put the potato mine down. So that's kind of choose your flavor. It just comes down to, do you want instant or do you want to save sun, pretty much. But yeah, there you go. We'll use it for this time. I'll see how I feel. I don't know. I still prefer potato mine just because it's cheaper. I should go ahead and plant it now. It's just I look at that and I'm like, oh man, sun. Or sunflower I could be planting. That was kind of a dumb sentence. Speaking of dumb things, here's another one that I don't like. When people... or the idea of the whole 2K thing. I don't like it as a brand because it makes no sense. I don't understand the idea of like, hey, 2K16, because literally it's not changing anything, it's not faster. If anything, it's technically longer because it's an extra syllable, but when you're branding it, it seems really stupid. Like, I don't understand it. Like, what is the logic that says, yes, this is a good idea? Tell me where that is, and maybe I'll get behind you, but I think it's the dumbest fucking thing. The only reason I know 2K games existed was because I was like, who makes this bullshit? And apparently it's the stupid fucks that think it's cool to do it. They're like, man, this is such a great idea, let's make it our name. No, you're dumb. And speaking of ads, this is the last topic I had written down. We've already milked through them all. One of my favorite things is, we can say ads in particular, but it applies to a few other things. Grab this because I'm trying to delete the file, but it's like, hey man, you want to edit it? And I'm like, no dude, because touchscreens are garbage. So when I tell you to do one thing, you don't do it, because why the hell not? A lot of things that people think are sexist that I think is funny are generally made by women. The most recent example you can think of is the whole, the gamer girl, and she's like, Bayonetta is sexist, and it's like, Bayonetta was made by a woman. Like, that's my favorite thing, is when they're like, this is sexist, and it turns out to be made by women. Like, a lot of the ads from, like, the... okay, minigames. 60s, 70s, I want to say. Like, a lot of them were, like, something about spanking your wife or some shit if she misbehaves. And, like, that was an ad made by a woman. But in today's standards, it would be considered sexist. And it's like, no... like... It's kind of like a black person making a black joke, you know? Like, it's not offensive. You can't really argue that anymore because it falls to shit. It's called learning to laugh at yourself. Like, that's the... oh, excuse me. That's the thing I don't like. Like, you can't even laugh at yourself anymore because it's like, well, that's offensive. I'm like, no. I can say whatever the hell I want. Like, I've got vision problems, and I make jokes about that. When my cat died on the day that Obama... like, it was January 20th, 2009, and the first thing I said was she was a McCain supporter. Like, I crack jokes about my own cat's death and the day it happened. Because I figured it was the lighter thing. I think I told this story before. I figured it was the lighter thing to do to make it hurt less, but you gotta learn to laugh at things. You have a bucket, you can fuck off. We don't like buckets around here. Buckets are for puking in. You know what's really terrible is when you need a bucket in life and you realize you don't have one. The example I have of this is once in university, we had like the worst ceiling ever. It was like made of paper because they just kept having leaks and holes and stuff like that. So like, I was like, man, we really need a bucket to contain these raindrops, and we didn't have any. So I just took like those, I called it a spaghetti pot. You know, the big fat pot that you make spaghetti in? But Stickers made fun of me. He's like, a pot made for spaghetti. What a world. Fuck off. What else do you use that big pot for? Like, you only use it to make spaghetti. Like, that's it. Spagooter. I've never... Like, maybe if you want to make, like, a pound... Like, not a pound. It would be, like, 10 pounds of mashed potatoes, sure. But other words, no. I can hear you, George. I'm sure people can hear me, hear him too. That's the fun thing. When I was editing that video, I had no idea that, like, that wasn't him right there at that time. I thought, like, I was like, yeah, this isn't a part of the video. He's right next to me. Stop jingle jangling, damn it. And that gets me sometimes in my own videos, is like, I'll hear the bell, and I'm like, oh, okay, they're right behind me, as opposed to, that's in the video. I'm about to cut his damn head off in a minute. No, we're not doing this play shit again. Nope, nope, nope. Fucking cats. Once I stand up, I hate to tell them no, they can't play. It's like, you can play, just don't play right next to me right now. That's all I'm asking for. It's just funny, because Jane squeals when she's losing, because she's a loser. Let him off with a warning the first time, and then the smackdown can come on. Other things that I think are... Oh, I think I saw a coin that disappeared. Did I just seriously hear you fucking going at it again? No, you must have been licking yourself or something. Alright, you can... I scrolled down too far and clicked off the game. That was genius. Here's another thing I think is kind of fun about being from a foreign country, is you can essentially get away with just saying swear words in a different language, and no one knows the difference. Because something like, I don't know how to say twat, because Americans like to be like, twat, and I'm like, no, that's not the word at all. Bollocks. We'll say bollocks, I guess. There's slangs that people don't know. Pillock! There you go, that's a good one. And you can get away with saying shit like that and people don't know, so if you're ever around children, you can still swear and get away with it. Mommy, what's a pillock? I don't know, son. That's a conversation I wish I could hear. Alright, so let's do this. We're only gonna demo out the 3-peater once. I don't really like the 3-peater too much at all. So keep going, Chopper. It's not looking like we need really heavy reinforcement. Oh, actually, hold on. Because I see a friend down... excuse me, I didn't click on you. I see a little friend right there, so I guess I need both. You can take both. Oh, I just realized my mouse is blinking. Maybe that's why it can't be recorded. Who knows? But, you can take two. I just think it's wasteful of a space to do that, which is why I typically don't. But, you know, I think it's fun. I also think it's fun to, like, say insults like The Rock does. So, like, call people a Rudy Poo. It's like, they understand you're insulting them, but it's child-friendly. And it's really funny, because no one says shit like that. So that's why I like it. That's why you hear me say, like, candy ass all the time. It's fun. I like doing it. One thing that I didn't like was when people didn't know that The Rock was a wrestler. I never understood that. I'm like, where the fuck did you think he was? I'm like, I just thought I was a bodybuilder. Like, no, homeboy. This is the most electrifying man in the world. And sports entertainment. I hated that too. Sports entertainment. Bullshit. Just call it what the fuck it is. It's wrestling, damn it. Stop talking down on these people that spend 300 days a year traveling the world, hurting themselves for your entertainment, just for you to fucking talk down on them like that. Disrespectful. Disrespectful. Yeah, we'll go ahead and plant another bit, because what I need to do, firstly, what I want to do is get snow peas out. Just realized you're not taken care of. And then we want to have room for 3-peaters. Now the thing with 3-peaters, I'll go ahead and put on screen, didn't need to do that thinking about it. It covers these 3 lanes right here, all the way down. So, big rectangle like that. Grab the sun before it goes away. So when you're covering this much ground, that's pretty good, but it's still only 1 peat at a time. And if you plant it like right here where he is, or right here, say, then it's only going to cover these 2 lanes as opposed to 3. So generally what you want to do is you want to have them on these 4, these middle ones. So this way you can get your money's worth and it'll cover all the ground. I'll probably still do the visual box anyway, just, I don't know, it feels a little bit easier. But yeah, that's the point, is you want to be able to cover all the ground, because in other words, you're going to end up short on the stick if you plant it in the wrong place. Hopefully I can do that well enough in editing, because I'd rather not repeat myself just for the sake of the box. I felt clever with that, so I guess that's kind of the benefit of having my mouse not be visible, is I can do stuff like that. I was like, fuck, how am I gonna do this? And then I had ideas. I'm a genius, I tell you. Master of editing. I am the underappreciated. You know what's... Here's... Man. The first time I did Banjo-Tooie was actually a really good time, in the sense that I learned better how to edit, because that game required so much editing. No other game that I did at that point really required editing, so that game taught me how to edit. And it also taught me to go ahead and abuse in-game transitions. So this way, like, you know how when you walk through a door it does the jiggy effect? And then you walk out and it does the jiggy effect. What I did was I learned to blend those two together, because it made the game look a lot smoother in the video. So that's a thing that I've been doing. I don't know if anyone's ever caught on. No one's ever said anything, so I don't know. But yeah, I like to blend that, because I feel like it makes it look smoother, and you're just using the materials that are already given to you. So what you can also do is, by planting this right there, then we have 2 peas going in both of these lanes, because they're both shooting in each other's lanes. So that's pretty good. See, that guy right there is, he's not our friend. See how he's ducking right underneath all that stuff? The best way we get rid of him is with that squash. So that's unfortunate, but we'll have a solution to that soon, so it'll be okay. And by soon, I mean like literally very soon. Hour 9 minutes. Yeah, see, if this were any other game, I probably wouldn't do... Oh, shit, you're right there. Well, you can also do that, and then he'll poke his head up, and you can get him like that, too. So you can just put down a regular lily pad if need be. You could also put down a walnut, which would be a really smart idea. I want to get that coin before it goes away. I'm just going to put squash down, because that's literally the only reason I got the squash. I don't know why I thought squash instead of a walnut, but I did. I like the noise he makes when he realizes that someone's there. It's pretty funny to me. And gold coin. Oh, I'm losing track on my mouse. I'm trying to keep up with it. Just my eyes are like fading to black. Just they're melting away. That's the thing. Here's a strange conversation for you. Actually, let's talk about a funny part first. So, when I was in university, I'd watch a lot of streams and all that, and then sometimes it came to the point where I'd fall asleep to streams. I'd use them to sleep. sometimes it got to the point where I would fall asleep as I was actively holding my computer in front of my face. So what I would do is I would have my computer fall into my face, and then I'd wake up, and then I'd fall back asleep, and then and then it'd fall back down. And then, like, it got to the point where sometimes I would beat myself in the face because I kept catching myself falling asleep. Then I would wake up and be like, what the fuck am I doing? And that's so funny to say, because it's like, yeah, I just battered my face with my laptop because I was falling asleep. I love that. That's so good. You guys will do. Clears out some space. We'll put that down too so we can speed it up a little bit. Get that coin. What are we on? We're on 3-3? Yeah, 2 more levels. That'll do. Oh, well, here. You're supposed to be able to go backwards, you cock. Well, I just don't feel like it right now. So this is oh my gosh, burp. This is essentially your solution, is the kelp. So you can go ahead and do kelp and potato mine. Grab this, that, the other. That means we're down on, what's it called? The chopper. Can I live with that? Because I feel like I can. Then it comes down to, do I want potato mine or squash? Screw it, we'll go with what we got. If it becomes a problem, I'll change things. But for right now, I think I'm going with this. Because it still feels like kind of a waste, because it's taking up 2 slots, but should be alright. Clicking prematurely. Yeah, kind of apologize for hearing me click, but at the same time, it's like I'm gonna say not shit I can do about it. Because, like, I can't make it any quieter to click. Sorry. Put that down first. Being wasteful. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Now, because these things have such a slow recharge time, I like to... Wow. I thought they sank down. I like to put it down and just let it sit until someone casually comes up to it. So this way I know that lane is protected. And then when it comes time for it, then they'll get their candy ass killed. And then I can let another one charge up, so this way, in case I need to cover that lane, I'll do that too. Because there's a difference between, like, this small bit of pool versus these 4 lanes of grass where I can't cover each and every single one, but I can do that, and that's perfectly fine, and I'm technically safe. I don't have to worry about it. So, that's my logic. We'll go ahead and put that down too, I don't care. And even then, it's also good from when they rise up out of the water. I know I probably should have put it on the other thing. Would have made a lot of sense, but I chose not to. Because, fuck you, I can. Look, we're still fine. Day is saved. Got it ready for another potato mine anyway. What time is it on top of that? You can also keep stacking them up if you wanted to, because I thought about it. It's 2 o'clock now. Yeah, I should definitely finish this up, get to bed. Put that down, put that down. I'm telling you, it's a stupid game. It's really fun. It's really enjoyable. But you know what? That's kind of a good thing in this case, because that's what I wanted. I wanted a game that I could play and enjoy. And by doing it a little bit longer, it just means I can do it in less sessions, I guess. Although I will have a few bits of free time soon. I wish I could put the kelp on here and just kill him, but I can't. I'll be alright though. Look, potato mine. Problem solved. It should be up by the time he's there. If it's not, I'll be surprised. Cross. Unhappy in the trousers. Pants party. That's a fun word, pants party. And by word, I mean collection of words. Saying, euphemism. here's a word that I thought was kind of fun that I saw recently. It was embezzlement. I had no idea what the fuck embezzlement meant until I looked it up. But it's just kind of a fun word to say and read. I like it. It's just not really a word ever in day-to-day conversations. Go ahead. Knock yourself out. Because if you're taking the icing... The icing! Oh, it's like a cake! This is beautiful. That's the other bit, is I want to be able to do this when I'm in a talking mood and I can literally just talk about stupid shit all the time. So, if I'm not in that mood, it'll be harder to do. Well, this game is not a game that you can do in just any particular mood. I guess you gotta really be in the mood to talk about life itself. Everything. The whole 9 yards. I started thinking of The Longest Yard, and I thought of Adam Sandler and how Stone Cold is in it. I think he just shit himself. Oh man, he just shit himself. I think the only reason I watched that film was because Stone Cold was in it. And probably Adam Sandler, I don't know. Once you go gay, you can't run away. That movie actually had some surprisingly quotable lines, thinking about it. But I want to say, wasn't that like a remake of like the original Longest Yard, which is some other shit? You know, I wanted that to go one lane up, but whatever, fuck you. I'll also be blunt, I don't really like sports movies. Mostly because I'm not a sports guy, but secondly because they're incredibly cheesy and stupid. To the point where even like... What was it? I don't remember. Someone did a skit. My first thought's Dave Chappelle, but I don't think it was him. It was something like maybe Mad TV? Where it was like, oh, he was the best sign spinner ever, and then like they did that kind of story with it, where they made fun of it. This other guy was spinning signs, and then they had a sign spin off. It's just stupid. Pitch Perfect kind of thing, kind of like that. Pitch Perfect, it's not even a sports movie, and it follows that stupid trend. I'm pretty sure there's dance films like that too. Rocky, there's another one. Essentially. I just don't like that. Well, not that I don't like it. It's just, it's cheesy. That's pretty much it. There's a difference between bad and cheesy. But I'll tell you what I don't like, is when they forcibly throw the word underdog down your throat. That gets really fucking annoying. Like, there's a difference between an underdog and an average guy. Not everyone's an underdog just because they're not Biff Atlas. Like, kind of a difference here. Like, average, above average, then underdog. And even then, just, it's so stupid. I'll be blunt, wrestling made me hate the word underdog. Like, oh, this guy's such an underdog! Like, no, he's just a guy. He's just an average guy. He has nothing special about him. He has no characteristics, he has no personality, so they decided to make his personality, please like me, guys, I'm an underdog. I have nothing to give. I am worthless. Please like me anyway. And that was more ranting about wrestling than anything. Oh, look at that, they got 2 of them. Yeah, that was the kind of thing that like I typically didn't like talking about, because I know it gets made fun of a lot, but after a while you just learn to stop giving a fuck. I kind of wanted a hobby, and I was like, hey man, I haven't watched wrestling at that time. It was what, 5 years? I haven't watched wrestling in 5 years, so I thought I'd get myself back into it. And it's pretty cool to watch some of the athletic tricks these kids pull off. It's also really cool to watch people and then be like, wow, that person is my age, and they're doing that shit. Like, to think that this person has it made and is making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, that's a trip. That's a real trip right there. Makes you feel unlucky. But I guess you could also compare that to people who are like, oh man, look at Justin Bieber, he's younger than me, and he has millions of dollars and stuff because he got lucky on YouTube. Why can't I get lucky on YouTube? One thing I do kind of like, though, is generally, anytime someone says something positive about my stuff, it's like, you're so underappreciated. I'm like, yeah, I agree, thanks. But it's nice to know people think I deserve better, too. I probably sound like such a cocky asshole. I wouldn't say it's that, I would say it's... I know my worth. Like, there's a difference between being stuck up and being like, I'm better than this. Like, would you rather say, hey, I'm worth a minimum wage job, or would you rather say, I'm worth more than that? Like, think about that one for a second. Because that's kind of, in a way, what I'm getting at. It's like, I feel like I'm worth more than what I'm given. That was probably a really stupid idea, but whatever, I don't care. And just keep throwing this shit down to speed it up. Got nothing else to do. Just keep hopping over these potato mines. Like, they're not even getting tripped, they're getting killed so early, but it still feels like it's going slow. Excuse me. You wanna fucking stop that? But I miss you. Look at all this stuff. All this stuff, guys. I'm not gonna lie, there are certain parts that I do look forward to, because I'm like, oh, I want to get this, I want to get that. But at the same time, I'm kind of worried that I may not be able to get everything without, like, grinding or whatever. Like, there's quite a few things that money can buy right there. So, money grinding might have to exist. That's also the other reason why those potato mines aren't going off, is they keep cherry bombing the sons of bitches. We're good. Hey, yo, this is exactly what I was talking about, too, just in time. Now you can visit Crazy Dave's shop. Hey, you found my car key. You know what that means? Crazy Dave's Twiddlywinks is open for business. Have a look if you find something you like. Alright, so how much money I got? 5,000. That's not too bad. Do I choose between slots or this? That right... Oh. Well, here, it's lit up, but just in case you can't, I'll go ahead and put a square around it. So this right here is a water lawnmower, because if you have a lawnmower and it doesn't go across the water, it's just going to fall over. 8 slots is good. I also forgot his dialogue box. The rake, we'll go ahead and, it'll show up, and then wherever it shows up, it'll kill the first zombie. And then these right here are secret upgradable plants, where what you do is you put down in this case, a repeater, and then you put down another plant, which would be that right there, which is the Gatling ping. So, do I want an extra slot, or do I want extra... I mean, it's not too hard to make 1,000 back, I should think, so let's go with that. And then, yeah, he'll sell more stuff over time. There's a trick to help you get extra money, so I'll get on to that. Funny thing about zombie process, sometimes it makes them come out real little. Real little and real mean. Defend your shins. Okay, yeah, this is 3.5. Alright, good. Yeah, so this one I don't really like, because it's just, like, of all the things they could have thought of, and this was it. And I say that because this is such a boring level. So I really don't like it, because it's like, oh man, have a standard pea shooter. Like, there's nothing good about this. I don't like this. It's so not fun, it's so not interesting, it's so not entertaining. Like, this is the best they could have done, and it's garbage. Like, I'm sorry to say that, but that's just how I feel. It's just, it's not good. Like, good for you for trying something different, but like, when you compare it to Whack-A-Zombie and other things, which we'll get into later, like, it's cat shit. Let's put that there for the moment. Go ahead and just give him something to eat. Because I was hoping I could get a walnut, but I also realized, yeah, like this. I also realized I didn't even have a pea shooter down there yet. But yeah, I don't like it. Yo, it's about time they gave me something. They just give you cherry bombs and pea shooters, like, literally nothing eventful at all. Nothing of worth. I'm going for it. Screw it. Put that down. But damned if this music isn't the best. That's my favorite part of the tune. The way that snare hits is amazing. I love it. But yeah, you just keep planting lily pads. And actually, yeah, you can go ahead and you can see that they actually have eyes on them. Which is kind of like cool and creepy. It's more like cool isn't an interesting thing. But it's just kind of creepy to look at it and be like, hey man, it's got eyeballs. You know, it'd be great a fucking cherry bomb this century. I mean, when I fail, it's not my fault, your stupid bullshit RNG. You know, RNG stacked around a fucking strategy game, what a concept. You wanna put that down? Go ahead and do this. Anytime you wanna go ahead and give me something better, feel free. Go ahead and do that. That cleared up a lot. Which is good, that's what I needed it to do. And then... oh, why does it always go one lane lower? I'm like, hey, could you get it on this lane? And it's like, no. No, well, fuck it. All it's doing is just making it so I lose a tiny bit of money. Who cares? I know I could also be saving the things, but... yeah. Like, I don't have to use every single cherry bomb, I'm just doing it to speed it up. Final wave, perfect. That means these 2 cherry bombs should sort out the entire process. So do this. Not all of it, but most of it. Oh, that was it. Okay, I thought there was one other zombie alive. Alright, so let me go back to the main menu real quick. Go to shop, see if we got enough. We don't. Alright. But that's all I got time for right now. I should get to bed. I will see you guys later. It is JC4R with more Pants vs. Ambles.